So I got a question from my GT29 video that seems to have a lot of views. I'm not sure why, maybe it's the YouTube algorithm, but I'm glad that it has a lot of views. Angry Buzzy asked if I can talk about what picks I use and how I hold them to keep a consistent position. Right, thank you for the question, Angry Buzzy. So to be honest, I'm really not particular with how you hold the pick. Although we could talk about it. Like I can examine how I hold it, and but the reason why is because it's different for everyone. So there's really no right or wrong way to hold a pick. In terms of the pick that I use, this is a different one, but I mostly use Dunlop Tortex. The print has kind of worn off. 1.0 millimeter. So that's the pick that I use, and the only reason why I'm using this is it just happened to be the kinds of picks that was available in the store that I buy the picks and the guitar strings where I live. It used to be Dunlop Tortex, the one with the rhinoceros drawing in it, but a few years ago they ran out, and so I use the Tortex now. I hope they didn't use real animal or turtle, tortoise and rhinoceros skin to make these picks. Otherwise I might have to consider using a different one. But yeah, I use these picks because they're the ones available, and I just happen to use them and I got used to them, so I have been using them ever since. I could use a different one. I have tried different picks, like smaller picks than this, but I noticed that every time I would use a different kind of pick, whether it's a different shape or different size, I have to readjust my playing, and I just didn't like that because I don't want to have to spend time readjusting my technique so that I could get used to the pick. I know that John Petrucci picks are smaller than these. I tried it. I wanted to try those kinds of picks that were differently shaped, smaller, but it just wasn't working for me. I like these kinds of picks. It's easier for me, and I actually have used thinner picks than this. The yellow one, which is the .66, I'm not sure, and I tried thicker picks, the .88, the green one, and finally the blue ones, and I think they made black ones as well that are the same thickness, 1.0 millimeter. And I noticed that the thicker the pick, it's better for alternate picking, especially if you're playing fast. Because the sturdier the pick or the thicker the pick is, it's much easier to play fast because it's stiff enough. It doesn't bend when you're playing the string or picking the string. It's very small things that happen, micro movements that happen in the pick, but you can feel it when you're picking fast. So yeah, these are the picks that I use. I may use different kinds of picks. I might try a thicker one than this, but as of the moment, I have a few still lying around somewhere. I have a few on the table. I have in my wallet, and just in case if I go outside and play a gig somewhere, I have a pick ready for me. These kinds, the 1.0 millimeter Dunlop Tortex. So yeah, I might try a different kind of pick. I'm open to that, but not yet, not as of the moment, until I use up all these picks. Because as you use picks over time, it kind of it wears out at the edge here, and once it gets to a point wherein much of the pick, the physical pick, has been like, I'm not sure what happens really physically, but it kind of like, it's like tires, that the more you use a car, your tires wear out and you need to change them. I also change picks. That's why I have a few of them lying around, because I always want to use a fairly new pick, wherein much of the pick of its original form is still there. Because once it changes enough, it also changes the way that I play. And then when I try a different pick or a brand new one, it completely feels different, and I don't want that. I don't want to have to readjust again. So as much as possible, I use fairly new picks. It's important for me. I'm not saying that you should do it, but for me, the way I play, that's how I use them. So once I use up all of these picks, I might buy a new batch, maybe a thicker one or the same kind. In terms of how you pick, I mentioned earlier in the beginning of this video, I'm not really particular with that, because I pick this way. I don't really think about it too much. That's how I pick. So if you're watching, like my right hand, I could use it like that, but I'm not comfortable with that, and that's the reason why I'm not really particular. Because if you like, some people talk about it, like how they hold the pick for optimal picking technique. But to me, like, if you ask one person, they'll give you a different answer. And like I've seen Alex Hutchings' video on how he holds the pick. I'm not saying that it's wrong, but like if you ask a different guitarist, or if you look at a different guitarist's playing style, like Marty Friedman, he'll hold the pick this way. And I really don't know how he does it. But if you also ask or look at Steve Morse's picking style, he holds it with, like, I'm not sure if it's 2 fingers, but most of the pick is like held in the middle finger, and he does this or something like that. And if you ask Matteo Mancuso, he doesn't use a pick. So who's to say what's right or wrong? So the important thing, and this is what I think, this is just my opinion, it really doesn't matter. Choose a picking style or a picking technique that works for you, that is comfortable for you, and stick with it and work on it. Don't worry about what other people are doing or how other people are using or holding their pick. Just focus on what's comfortable for you, and that's the best technique.